Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I thought I would start the next, or I guess the first, kind of the next Heal With Me video. I didn't plan this. I literally picked up the camera just now and I thought that this was probably a moment that I should document. I got ready, I was supposed to be going out but my plans got cancelled, but either way I was going to do content to start with, and I'm in the middle of doing content and I was like, do you know what? Right now I feel really great, and it's something about getting ready, getting dressed up and like just kind of feeling yourself, and I just felt like this was something that I wanted to sort of document and just remember how I feel in this moment, because I think when you're going through things and when you don't feel great, especially if you're someone that works from home, or maybe if you're at uni or something where you don't really have to leave the house. Like for me, my 9 to 5 is working from home, so when I feel like this, it's very easy to get stuck into a place of I'm just gonna like live bummy and like work from my bed and, you know, just like not give a crap about anything and just not move from that place. And if I'm honest, that is what I have been doing. I've not been eating, I've not been doing anything other than a couple of things that I've actually shown you, and right now the fact that I got up, I took extra time doing my makeup, I tried out a couple different things and I really like it, and I'm doing content and being creative, which I've not done in a while, which really like ignites something in me, and just in this moment I feel really good. I feel really good. And you know what, like I didn't want to start the beginning of a Heal With Me video on a negative note if I could help it, so I thought this would be like just a nice positive note to start this on. I don't know where the rest of this video is going to go. This was just one of those moments when I thought, do you know what, I'm going to pick up the camera and I'm going to make a point to remember how I feel right now. And to anyone else that's watching this that is in a similar position, just know that like it's possible to feel like this. Just do those little things that make you feel good, whether it's doing the same thing as me, like getting up, getting dressed up, and then like whether it's going out or shooting content or whatever it is, even if it's just like something completely different, just that thing that creates that spark in you. Just remember that you're still you, and those things that create that spark in you will still create that spark even if you feel like in this moment you're broken. So just a reminder that there are still those things that make you feel good. You just need to find the strength within yourself to get yourself up and do those things that you know bring you that happiness and bring you that spark and that light inside yourself. So that's kind of it. That's all I wanted to say in this moment. I'm guessing I'll pick this up, who knows, maybe even later today if you never know. Whenever the next thing is, like whenever the next thing that happens, whether I decide to do something which is part of this journey or whether I feel something which is part of this journey, is when I'll pick up the camera next. But I wanted to welcome this new Heal With Me video on a good note, and this felt like a good note. Yeah, so I'm sending you all of the love and strength and positivity in the world right now, because that's what I feel right now. So I'm sending that to you and I'm giving that to you through the screen, and I hope you can feel it. And we've got this. But yeah, so right now this just feels like a good moment. I'm probably going to do some more content now. Today's Sunday, so tomorrow I'm back to like my 9 to 5 and stuff, so it's a bit harder to like kind of make time for content. So I'm gonna make the most of today as much as I can and be as productive as I can, because it's been a long time since I've had a content day. So I'm gonna do that now, and I feel really good about it, really good about it. So I just wanted to come and say that. So yeah, I will see you soon, hopefully on another positive note. Okay, it's literally been a few hours since I last spoke to you. It's like 11 PM now. It always hits me at night. I think that's a pretty common thing. that when you're feeling things, it feels like so much heavier at night. I also did something I shouldn't have done, which has kind of triggered me again, I guess. I don't know if I'm making sense right now. And now I just can't get everything out of my head. I've spent the whole day trying to distract myself. Today is a Sunday, by the way. And I just started doing some work now. Like, it's 11 PM and I just started doing some of the work that I'm going to be doing in my working week this week, just because I just needed something to make me feel distracted. But it didn't work, because then I got my phone up and then I just did something I shouldn't have done. I was already feeling like low and I was just feeling everything, and I spoke to someone to sort of release some of that, and then in the process of speaking on the phone, like, just loads ended up coming out that I didn't even know was there, that I didn't know was on my mind. And you know when you have some kind of release and then it all just sort of like comes out and you realise there was a lot more that you were holding in than you realised. It was kind of like a moment like that. And then after releasing it, I did feel a little bit better. I was still low and I was still feeling everything, but it was just a little bit less intense. It didn't feel like it was like erupting out of me. And then this just happened, and now I feel like I've gone back again. And I'm just kind of mad at myself. I'm mad at myself, and you know what I mean? And I know I just have to tell myself that this isn't a step backwards. It's just this has been happening to me like every night, like nights just, or evenings. It's like I keep myself so distracted throughout the day, and then it's kind of like it all goes quiet mentally as well. It's like everything just suddenly goes quiet, and then it allows myself the silence to feel and think. And it's like the distractions like from the day sort of wear off, if that makes sense. It's almost like I'm so drained from keeping myself so distracted in the day that then it just kind of comes like a bulldozer at night. It's just what it's been like the last few days. It's only been a few days since this has all started for me anyway. I kind of feel like I'm rambling. I don't know if any of this is actually like coherent or making any sense. I'm trying to think what I'm going to do now. I know that I should sleep now, but I just don't know if I'm really going to be able to realistically, because I feel like I've just activated. I'm so stupid. I just wish I didn't do that. No, I shouldn't call myself stupid, because you shouldn't talk to yourself negatively. I shouldn't have done that, but I did it. I did. I have to accept that I've done it, and I just need to remember this feeling and this moment and stop myself from falling back into this again. I guess I'm gonna journal. I think I might read some of Vex King. Healing is the New High. That's my current read. It's on my bedside table. But even that, it's weird, because reading stuff like that I feel like makes me face it more. So I feel like, if I'm honest with myself, I think I've been procrastinating from doing that as much as I have sort of said I would want to. Does that make sense? So I guess maybe now could be a good time to do it, because it's already very much present with how I feel. maybe read some of that and then sleep. Staying up late is gonna achieve absolutely nothing positive anyway. Just, I know it would just, if I do that, I'll go further down this spiral that I've just opened up. So I'm gonna do that. I feel like I go through so many extremes constantly at the moment, but more than anything I feel numb. I think that's been the overall reaction. It's like, you know when you're delirious, you know when you've not slept for a long time, for example, you know the way that it makes your body react when you've just had a really surreal experience. Like, it just reminds me of like when I was at uni and I'd do like an all-nighter for a deadline, and then you know how your body and your emotions and everything is just way off balance. It's like nothing is calibrated. It's like nothing makes sense. Your reactions to events that happen don't make sense. Like, someone could tell you something really serious and you could just like go into like hysterical laughter. Like, you know what I mean? It's like reactions that just aren't appropriate for you, and you feel it's kind of, I guess I could kind of draw a parallel to that as to how I've overall been, and also like a numbness. So it's kind of like that, sort of like a delirious, I'm not saying laughing, I just mean that was an example, but just like kind of feeling delirious, which kind of scares me when I see that in myself, because I'm like, this isn't Devi, what are you doing? Like, what's happening right now? It's that mixed with numbness, I think. But then I have like spurts, like moments where it's like all of that disappears, but not for long. Not for long at all. It's weird. I don't know how to explain it. It's like, I feel like at night I tap into it a little bit, but not, I know I've not tapped into it fully. Does that make sense? It's like I lightly skim the surface of that delirious feeling and that numbness sort of temporarily easing. It's like it goes to the back for a few minutes, and it's those minutes when I start to feel something, but then before I get the chance to really feel, all of that comes back again. But this is a moment when I'm touching the surface, just skimming the surface. But that's enough, and that feels like a big enough task in itself, even if it is just touching the surface. I suddenly feel a bit weird about how raw I'm being here right now. I suddenly feel really vulnerable here, and now I'm beginning to doubt if I'm going to put this in the vlog. Yeah, I need to journal. I can feel it. I can feel it. I'm gonna go. I have to wake up early for work anyway. Trying to sort my sleeping schedule out. It's another part of my healing journey. Trying to sort my sleep schedule out. And my eating. My eating is... I haven't sort of like had a healthy relationship with food now for a few months. But this, like, couple weeks, I guess, has been like a more extreme version of that. It's like I either eat nothing, and it's like I don't even feel the hunger. Like I don't feel it. Like I can easily go like a pretty long amount of time. I mean, like, I don't mean hours, I mean like over a day, longer than that, without even feeling the need or the feeling to eat. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't even realise, like, if I hadn't been keeping track, I wouldn't have thought that I hadn't eaten in the amount of time I hadn't eaten in. Does that make sense? But I have a lot of people around me that are being my reminders. So even though I don't do it off my own back, or I don't feel it, I have my family, I have like my mum, and I have people around me that are like my mum essentially, especially when it comes to the food thing. It's like she's kind of like my body clock and being like, you've not eaten. And I'm like, oh, okay. So it's like I'm either like that, or I'm eating a lot, like a lot. And I don't know if that's a good thing. I don't know if that's like, because I've not eaten in a while, and then now that I've started to here and there, then when I do, it's like I'm eating loads. Or I don't know if that's not good either. I'm not sure. I'm trying to work it out. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. But there's that too. There's that too. Okay. I've been talking for 16 minutes. Jesus. Sorry. I'm gonna journal. And I'm determined that the next time I pick up the camera, it's gonna be a positive note. Maybe tomorrow. Hopefully tomorrow. I have therapy tomorrow. I've started that again. So we'll see how that goes. It's like, I know that it helps me, but right now, the thought of the fact that I know I have that appointment tomorrow, like, is not making me feel good. It's making me feel like, bearing in mind I'm the kind of person that talks without needing much of a push, if you've not already gathered that. Where's that piece of hair? So therapy isn't really too much out of my comfort zone ordinarily, compared to I know how it is for a lot of other people. But I don't know, like, the thought of that tomorrow isn't, it's like, I think where I'm keeping myself as distracted as possible, it's like, I know that there's something happening tomorrow where for that hour, and probably how I'll feel after that, it's like I have to bring it to the forefront again, and I have to talk about it. And I'm just hoping that I come away from it feeling better than however I feel when I'm going into that tomorrow. And I guess we will see. Maybe I'll keep you updated. Maybe I won't. I'm not sure yet. But yeah. You know when you feel like you're doing so well and then something like this happens, and I know it's not a step back, but it feels like it. And it's like, this is every day, man. This is... Anyway, I'm gonna read some Vex King. And I'm gonna sleep. And I'm gonna have some water as well. I'm not really drunk. That's what I'm gonna do. Okay, that's what I'm gonna do. I can feel the feeling side kind of passing again. I can feel the numbness coming back. That's what I mean. It literally is minutes. So weird. For me, anyway. I love you, and I will probably check in with you tomorrow, realistically. Okay. Good night. Oh my god, I literally look like such a mess. You know when like people say feel your feelings, like don't hide anything, don't suppress it. But like, what do you do when you feel like you're not trying to suppress it? Like, you're not trying to, but it's almost like it's just happening without you even trying. So like that's when I journal and I do stuff like that, to have an outlet, to feel like I'm allowing myself to be honest with myself with how I'm feeling in that moment. But I notice when I'm doing certain things, like for example, like I'm literally sat in front of my laptop right now, I'm doing my 9 to 5, like I'm literally sitting here and I'm working, and then I got a message from a friend, and I just said like, oh, like it was kind of like a check-in, like how am I today kind of thing. And I just started like saying how I was feeling, which wasn't anything like too crazy, just, you know, not as great as I think, just not, just, you know, not like dramatically a wreck, but just not that great. And then just as I was typing, like, without even realising I was typing and just crying, and it's moments like that when I realised, like, I didn't realise there was stuff that had built up that hadn't released again since the last time I did something to release. Do you know what I mean? And when I say release, I don't just mean cry. I know there's loads of different like forms of release for emotions, and I didn't realise that there was stuff waiting to be released. And I just feel so... I don't know. I feel like, you know when people are playing tennis, and you know, like, it's like back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. That's how I feel. That's how I feel. And it's like, it's so dramatic and so sudden and unexpected every time it's back and forth that I'm actually giving myself whiplash. Like, I actually feel like I'm giving myself whiplash, and it's just so exhausting. It's really hard to come and be real and talk to you about things like this, because I always try to be so positive with the stuff that I create and the stuff I say, and so it feels really like unnatural to come and just like tell you, and I'm just not feeling like that. Okay, I think I need to journal for like the 6th time again today, and it's like not even, it's the afternoon still. I might listen to that podcast again. I've already listened to it 3 times. I might listen to it again. The same episode. I'll put the name of the podcast, of not the specific episode I listened to, but the overall podcast. I'll put it in the description. I think it's something like New Mindset Who This or something like that. I'll have it on the screen, and I'll write it in there. I'm gonna journal now. I'm gonna listen to some music, like uplifting music. I'm gonna give myself maybe like 10 minutes. Do that. Maybe cry if I feel like there's more that needs to be released, because I'm not really crying much, which is very, very weird for me. And I think that's like, you know how I said in the previous clip how like I'm just not reacting and responding how I normally do, like my body is just moving in a way that it's like, you know, when you have something that's like an out of body experience, because it's an out of body experience for you, your behavior isn't matching your general regularities of what you're like. Does that make sense? So I feel like the way that things are right now, I'm not doing enough to like release my emotions. I feel like I'm just like letting them build up without even meaning, like I'm not even trying to do that, but I think it's just happening subconsciously. Like I'm not trying to, but I think that I'm internally creating some kind of block. I don't know. I'm literally out here trying to do an analysis on myself. Positive, 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 positive. I'm gonna be positive. Again, is this me sweeping stuff under the rug? I don't know. I don't know. There's no like handbook for this, which is really inconvenient because I don't know what I'm doing. I feel like I'm just blagging it. Like I don't know what I'm doing, like moment to moment. I don't know if I'm doing it right. And I know it's like, yeah, there's no right way to do it, but are you sure? Are you sure? I'm gonna journal, and I'm gonna listen to some music that lifts my mood. I went to the gym today. That I think I said that already. I think I did say that. I did say that. I mean, I did that. I kind of feel like I want to go again, but we both know that's not a good idea. Me and my knees. That's not a good idea. I'm gonna journal. I'm gonna listen to some music. Okay, my battery died, sorry. I'm gonna journal, I'm gonna listen to music, and I'm gonna keep blagging it, because what other option do I have? What other option do I have? You know what, yeah? I feel like sooner or later I'm gonna have to do a proper, like, I'm gonna have to face a lot. I'm not facing things yet. I'll be real. I'm not. I just can't shake this feeling that I'm running away from things, but I don't know how I'm meant to confront it in a way that I'm not doing already. But I know that I'm not confronting it the way that I should be. I just have a feeling. I feel like I'm trying to skip some stages. I feel like I'm trying to jump to the bit where, like, I feel good and stronger and better, and I actually do feel strong. That's the thing. I feel very strong. Scarily strong, but that's the problem. Right, officially chatting shit now. Right, either way, I have a 9 to 5 to do, so I'm gonna give myself a power break, and I'm gonna journal, try and have some kind of a release, because I feel like writing is my release. Yeah, writing is just helps me like nothing else. It's I think when I can't emotionally release, I release that way. And then at least I'm doing some kind of a release. This video is going to be so long. So long. Okay, I'm going to go now, and I'm speaking it into existence. I'm speaking it into existence that the next time I speak to you, I'm going to be feeling strong, and I'm going to be feeling good, and I'm going to be feeling genuinely happy, like genuinely good. I don't know what's happened the last couple of days, but I guess that's the whole thing, isn't it? It's not linear. It's the whole thing just takes you, does a madness. I feel like I'm trying to make it this, and it's like, realistically, it doesn't work like that though, does it? Okay. In a bit. Okay, I'll talk to you later. Hey. Hi. Okay, so wait, it's really dark in here. Yeah, that's not nice, that's not cute. Are we vibing with this? We're just gonna do with this, okay. So I don't know what I've come here to say, other than the fact that in this moment right now, again, I feel positive, so I wanted to end this on a positive note. Do you know what, it's been really weird, because like the last few days I feel like I've struggled a lot in terms of things have been more at the surface, and like it's been a lot more present, if that makes sense. I think I've been like trying to push it away, but it's been like fighting back a bit more the last few days. It's something I'm always fighting, like literally 24/7. But like, for example, I was trying to eat, and then I thought I was literally gonna vomit like all over the table because of how I was feeling. There was that, and then there was moments where it was like I could actually feel, I hadn't even eaten anything, and I could feel like stuff coming up just by the thought of eating. Like moments like that, and then times when I'm like, I think I'm fine, and I'm in the middle of like working, so I'm like writing away, And then suddenly like thoughts will come into my head, and then I'll be writing, and next thing you know, like tears are just running down my face as I'm writing. And it's like, it's just really like bizarre little moments that keep happening. And including like today, like including like an hour ago. But again, it seems to be a running theme here. I was making content and I started to feel better. It seems the only thing that's genuinely making me feel better in the moment is content, and when I'm seeing like the people I love. Like they seem to be the only two things that are actually, are when I'm genuinely like feeling like at peace and happy. So I guess now I know what works, so I will keep doing them. But yeah, so right now I feel good. I'm actually about to start a separate Heal With Me video, so I'm gonna do that now, because I'm about to go and do something which is related to this journey, but I'm not gonna tell you what that is right now. So I am going to end this one here. I know this has been very feelings heavy, and I know that it's been very, a lot of it hasn't been so pretty, and I want to apologise for that, but also I did promise you that I was going to be real with you, and realistically like the last couple of days just have been like this. In fact, there's still a lot that I've not really like told you or explained, because this video would be way too long, but I'm sure I'll probably get there and mention it in other videos in terms of like things to do with my thought process and how my feelings have been and how my body's been reacting and my mind and all of that, because I feel like I have a lot more to say in terms of how I feel in terms of the not so great moments, which is kind of all the time, but you know what I mean, like the moments where it's like specifically like when it reaches a peak. Those are the moments I'm talking about. But I mean, if you're watching this and you're healing from something, then you'll know that it's a constant, it's like a constant undercurrent of all those feelings. And it's just like what you do to kind of suppress and keep it under control moment to moment. I think that's probably the most accurate description of everything right now. It's always there. It's just trying to find what things make it feel like it's less there than it is. And it's just, right? We know this. Don't know if I'm making sense right now. I just know this, I have so much more to say, but this video is going to be too long. So maybe I'll see how you guys sort of respond to this one, but if it's like a positive response that I get from you guys, I'll do more of these maybe like feelings check-ins or something. I just don't want to feel like I'm just putting this like dampened vibe on the video when I'm being real about the not so great moments, you know? It's really confusing, but if you're also healing from something, then you will probably know exactly what I'm talking about. Moments when your strength comes through and really, really saves you. And then there's moments where you have just little moments where, you know, your emotions and your... I don't want to call them weaknesses because they're not. Your vulnerabilities, let's say, start to kind of like come through a little stronger to the point where you can't really like ignore them. So I guess it just depends how intense they are at each moment as you go along through the day. But I have a good day planned. I have a day surrounded by people that I love. So yeah, it's going to be a good day. It's going to be. I'm not leaving it as a question, I'm stating it. It's going to be a good day. I'm saying day, I mean evening. Like it's like 3 o'clock, but anyway, it's gonna be good. And if you're watching this, know that it's gonna be good for you too. You just need to find your things. So far I found content and spending time with the people I love. They're the two things that I've got so far, which seem to actually work as much as anything has been able to. You just need to find your equivalents, and you will, but to find them you have to step out of the bed zone. Like, you have to step out of the just duvet days. You have to be able to find the things that are going to be able to bring you that spark, bring you that light, because they're there, because the light is always inside you. Whether you feel it or not, the light is always in there. You just need to do the things and find the things that make the light come out, which I know is easier said than done, but just remember the light is in there. You just need to uncover it. So put yourself out there to find the things that will help you uncover it. That's just what I would say based on my experience of the last few days, of the last week. Allow yourself to find the things that reignite your light. But I hope you enjoyed this. I know this is a very, very different style of video, which I've not done before, but I hope that you like it nonetheless. Thank you so much for watching. I love you guys so much. I'm sending you all the love and strength in the world. If you're healing from something, I hope you can feel the vibes through the screen right now. I'm sending you strength, love, and anything and everything you need to get through this process. And remember, we're doing this together, all of it, step by step. We're doing it together. I love you guys so much. Thank you for watching. Stay safe, stay smiling, stay positive. I will see you next time. Bye guys.